Welcome, Earth travelers, to the 17th episode of Astrology Roadshow. In this episode, we will take a look at the new energy underway and how this plays out for each of the Chinese zodiac year signs. The Lunar New Year begins a bit earlier this year than usual. The second new moon after the winter solstice always marks the day, and in 2023, that occurs on January 21st. Official first day of Year of the Water Rabbit for Chinese astrology. It is the only animal year of the 12 that has the distinction for hosting two completely different animal icons within that zodiac. And so, this is also known as Year of the Cat within some Asian cultures. These two animals, the rabbit or cat, do have commonalities. They are both agile, able to quickly dart away to avoid danger, and are also known to be quiet, if not a bit aloof, as they go about their business. Not to mention, they both sport cute, whiskery faces. In all seriousness, there are also other attributes assigned to people born in this year, one of which would be their ingenious, entrepreneurial abilities. For purposes of this video, it will be referred to as Year of the Rabbit. We will now begin to quickly feel all this new energy. It is a welcome change after the comparatively tumultuous Year of the Tiger. Episode 13 predicted how the turbulent and fighting spirit of the tiger would unfold in 2022. That was also a year assigned to the water element within Chinese astrology. There will not be a major difference on message delivery style since 2023 is a year of water as well. But these are two very different animals. Each year carries its own lessons and wisdom, while the element assignment differentiates every 2 years. If we are aware of these yearly and bi-yearly energies and the way we can expect to feel it manifest, we can consciously anticipate and graciously work to get the most out of the subtle but definite changes. As overall focus for 2023 shifts away from a rebellious, warring spirit and more toward innovative and monetarily advantageous alternatives, we will lean in with our heads and not our fists. Advancement of goals will remain important, but the way to accomplish that will be different as folks take into consideration the bottom line, as well as to create opportunities for financial success. The water element continues to lend an atmosphere of intuitiveness and sensitivity at the same time. All this, of course, also works in tandem with what we know from Western astrology transits. Future episodes of Astrology Roadshow this year will explore that astrology as 2023 takes shape. Chinese astrology uses cycles and stages to predict how each year fares for each animal icon member of that zodiac. The last episode described how phases of life unfold for an individual. Using 12-year cyclical repetitions, that 12-year process has steps or stages that build a culmination of effort intended to work towards a goal. This involves fine-tuning your vision, working it, hitting a pinnacle where the job is complete, and winding down before the next cycle begins again, and when you start to envision and implement new ideas that inch you closer to your ultimate endeavor. Your birthday each year is an important rite of passage through the stages of your 12-year cycles. A life is built upon previously met goals that help to reach a destiny. Understanding this is necessary to realize that we never stop trying to evolve. Chinese astrology shows us that goals along the way are important and the long journey is to be savored. Keep in mind as you learn about your own animal's horoscope that each year of the rabbit you experience will always signify basically the same point in your cycles. In other words, at any time in your life, you can look back in 12-year increments and see a pattern that confirms a similarly symbolic process to what you are currently going through. An important distinction is an upgrade is happening each consecutive cycle. This often is comforting to realize and may help substantiate how, when, and most importantly, why things will unfold as you continue on to a higher vibration here on Earth. Study of Western astrology transit techniques work alongside the Chinese methodology. Those changing transit energies played into cycle events during your past and will be a factor of consideration in the future. Here is a basic chart showing the years for the 12 zodiac animals. As mentioned, the icon change falls on a lunar new moon, and this will occur in either January or February. If you were born in those months, a simple internet search for your birthday and year will confirm which icon represents you. Let's visit each sign to learn what stage of yearly progression will be experienced on your birthdays in 2023 and what the rabbit signifies within each animal's respective cycle, since this is their year. We'll start with the rabbit. A total reset and upgrade toward new goals will slowly be getting underway once your solar return takes place on your birthday. You just finished several years of reaping the rewards from your previous cycle's efforts. Now it's back to the business of seriously generating new ideas. And really, you don't mind it and thrive on creating new opportunities. But word to the wise, pace yourself coming out of the gate. Don't get frustrated or anxious. You'll be mostly working things out in your head for a few years before really getting things underway. Ideally, this is a time to go to school and generally explore an area where interests and inclinations speak to you. Since this is your year, it is mostly a very favorable year to shine and feel good about your prospects. Next within this zodiac is the dragon. Your birthday this year marks the final year to reap rewards from a completed cycle. Next birthday starts a whole new ballgame again. So, although you may be antsy to get things going, you also feel it is not quite time. And you would be right. Part of the problem we all experience, believe it or not, is pushing ourselves too hard. You may end up spinning your wheels if that is the case. Instead, try taking deep breaths and enjoy a yoga routine. You are good at whatever you do because you are the dragon boss. And this is definitely a year to be enjoyed. The rabbit is a much more mellow soul than the dragon, and so in a year such as this, you would do well to stop and smell the roses as you go about your business. After this, we have the snake. They are also at a point in their cycle for enjoying the fruits of labor. Still another couple of years to go on that score. Depending upon your age, that could mean a number of things. Surely, if you are of retirement age, this period of reward is different than if in the middle of a working career, which would indicate that you've recently possibly been promoted and are a shining star at your job. Either way, this is a time for experiencing the benefits of a well laid out plan and the management of that from this current cycle. You are indeed intelligent and capable of harvesting the best in life when it's time. Also, the year of the rabbit is generally agreeable to your psyche. So all indications are that this will be an all-round banner year for the snake. After the snake, we have the horse. The horse has really been working so very hard to make it all come together, and now it finally has. Way to go. Your birthday this year is truly one to celebrate in a big way. Just go with it. Feel the joy and recognize that you have made it. Give yourself a pat on the back for all the effort. The horse enjoys being very active, and that's fine. The rabbit would have you acting a bit more demure, so take that piece of advice for what it's worth. The goat is a sister sign to the rabbit. This is therefore a good year, and things will be fairly pleasant. However, it is also the goat's year to put in a huge effort at a final push toward achieving their coveted cycle goal. You are seeing it coming to fruition and are almost there. After this year's birthday, there is one more year where the proverbial wind will be at your back to help climb and make it up that hill, as sure-footed as only a goat can. Enlist the help of your rabbit friends and anyone else that has been with you on this cyclical journey to help make it happen. Good luck and Godspeed. After the goat, we have the monkey. The monkey is clever and knows that this is the time to get it done. This year's birthday will provide you with 2 more years to do so. Whatever the goal, near and dear to your heart, do not hesitate to continue to get on with the business of it. Sometimes the monkey can be a bit unsettled and distracted, but that is not to say they are not aware of the game or games that they are trying to win at. They are very in tune with the journey and timing, and there is always every faith that much is and will be accomplished. The rabbit and monkey get along well, so the force is with them. After the monkey, we have the rooster. This is one of the hard-working and serious animal souls of that zodiac. This year, on their birthday, has them reaching the end of any internal debate as to the hows of accomplishing this cycle's goal. And then it's just time to do it. They know what it is. That has been made crystal clear. The rabbit is the polar opposite sign to the rooster, 180 degrees difference. Yet this is just what the rooster needs right now this year, a calm, no-nonsense approach to begin implementing and tackling the job at hand. Get ready to rock it, rooster. The dog is working on fine-tuning what they will do. The year of the tiger was a very good one for understanding this, and they also get along well with the rabbit. So, the final planning part of their current cycle continues to look favorable. Like what the rooster has been experiencing, they will soon be nearing the end of a final pre-implementation stage for their cycle. Depending on how old the dog will be at this birthday will determine how they view this particular stage of the cycle. Certainly, anticipation is building for what will be in the works. If it is later in life, it could be this is one of the last times to experience this part of a 12-year cycle and therefore closing in on a bigger picture and reaching an ultimate life goal as part of this goal. The boar is next in line, another sister sign to the rabbit. And so 2023 bodes well overall for the boar. They are at the stage where weeding out ideas that do not work towards their goal is done. They are watering what remains and tending to their garden of hopes and ideas diligently. They will be further perfecting their crop for the next few years. After experiencing this stage of the cycle several times in their life, reassurance and understanding is achieved about how one strives to bring the best to harvest. The boar represents as the last icon of the Chinese zodiac and therefore is symbolic of a culmination. It is part of their life quest to embrace the terms of the entire process. The next sign as we go forward is the rat, the first sign that starts off this zodiac. Since 2020 was the year of the rat, this birthday is the third and last year of the initial phase to its cycle. Ideas have been explored and they are getting more focused on what works and what does not work. Much may have been weeded out already and there is still some weeding to do, as well as working on ways to improve their gardening effort. And that's okay, since they enjoy changing things up a bit. It can be a bit unsettling sometimes for the rats since they tend to be a bit restless, but we all must go through the process and due diligence of these stages to get to the end of the cycle. The rabbit and rat are not great pals, so this year may have more than its fair share of tediousness. Chin up, it's moving along, all in due course, dear rat, all in due course. For the ox, which is next after the rat, they are just getting underway and will now be passing the second year into their cycle. Some ideas are really just beginning to take root. Whatever is truly the goal down the line, it will surely be reached because the ox is the most diligent and persevering of the Chinese zodiac. This serious sign will not give up easily on its goals, and that applies to whatever seeds its plodding manages to sow. They are not bothered by the amount of time or work it may take to get there either. They are homebodies at heart, and so the calm presence of the rabbit this year suits the ox just fine. And finally, we arrive to the tiger. They are not likely to be too tired from all the hoopla created during their signature year in 2022. They always start off with a bang, but the rabbit is not a great ally for the tiger. and 2023 may require a bit of an adjustment. The Tiger will continue to keep busy bringing new ideas to bear and trying them on for size this year. Exploring new ways to do things is well underway for sure for the Tiger. The Tiger will not back down from valiantly fighting their way through all of it. You can depend on them to keep it lively. As always, much appreciate you tuning in and hope it was enjoyable. Likes and shares are much appreciated. If there are questions or help is needed with a Western natal chart or Chinese astrology setup, don't hesitate to contact ars@astrologyroadshow.com. Please subscribe to this channel and you will not miss out as we use proven astrology to navigate forward within these interesting and challenging times on our planet. I wish you a blessed Lunar New Year of the Water Rabbit 2023 and look forward to catching up again next episode.